For the past 6 years, I've lived my life far from the shadows of my childhood home. My name is Layla, I'm 29, and I've built a peaceful life away from the chaos I once called family. I work as an accountant in a modest firm, live in a small apartment, and have maintained a quiet distance from my mother, Noreen, 55, and my older sister, Amara, 32. Growing up, Amara was always the golden child. She could do no wrong in our mother's eyes, and she used that status to control every situation to her favor. The tension between us boiled over when I was wrongly accused of stealing from our mother's purse. Despite my innocence, Amara convinced Noreen that I was lying. I was faced with an impossible choice: confess to something I didn't do or leave. I chose to walk away. Since then, my contact with my family has been minimal. Polite phone calls with my mother, complete silence from Amara. That changed last Tuesday. It was raining hard when I heard a knock. I opened the door and saw a drenched, sobbing Amara standing there. She looked nothing like the powerful woman I remembered. Gaunt, broken, eyes full of fear. "Can I come in?" she asked, barely audible. I hesitated. The last time I saw her, she screamed at me to leave my home. But I stepped aside. She collapsed onto my couch, still crying. After a moment, I asked, "What happened, Amara?" She said her husband, Naveed, had kicked her out. I'd heard she married him a few years ago, but I wasn't invited to the wedding. "He's been abusive," she whispered. "Tonight, he told me if I came back, he'd kill me." A mixture of shock and fury swirled inside me. Shock at her fear, but fury at the hypocrisy. Where was this honesty when she tore me down years ago? "Why not go to Mom's?" I asked. "She doesn't know," she replied. I didn't want to scare her. I wanted to scream. After everything, she was now asking me for help, but I let her stay, just for a few days. I made it clear this wasn't permanent, and I wouldn't get involved in her legal mess. She kept to herself mostly. We barely spoke beyond the basics. For days later, something strange happened. After work, while heading to my car, a man approached me. "I'm Naveed," he said. I froze. He looked tired, not threatening. "Please," he said. "I need to explain." He told me Amara had been cheating on him with his friend Adil. He'd found out only recently, caught them on home surveillance cameras. He admitted to shouting during a confrontation, but insisted he never touched her. Afterward, she packed a bag, took a flash drive, and filed a false domestic violence case. He said that drive had all the security footage, the only proof of his innocence. Without it, he feared losing everything. He asked me to find it if I could. Not to lie, just to share my truth about who Amara really is. I didn't give him an answer. I needed time. But a memory of the girl I grew up with, the master manipulator, wouldn't leave my mind. Later that week, I saw her using a flash drive on her laptop. When she left the apartment, I checked her suitcase. There it was. I know it was a violation, but I had to see for myself. The footage stunned me. There were multiple clips of Amara and Adil in intimate situations, along with video proof that she was the aggressor in their arguments, yelling, throwing things, while Naveed remained calm and tried to walk away. I copied the files and put the drive back. The next day, I met Naveed and showed him what I found. I said I'd testify if needed. He thanked me with tears in his eyes. The case went to court. Between the video and witnesses, neighbors who had heard the fights, the judge dismissed Amara's claims. She was reprimanded for lying under oath. I didn't even have to testify, but the fallout was brutal. Amara stormed into my apartment screaming betrayal. "You've ruined my life," she yelled. "You're dead to me." Then came a call from my mother, full of rage. She accused me of turning against family. That's when the most painful truth came out. Noreen had known about the affair. She supported Amara's plan from the start. I was shattered. I've now cut both of them off. Completely. It hurts, but it's necessary. Naveed and I aren't close, but he reached out to thank me again. He's divorcing Amara and trying to start fresh. As for me, I'm grieving but healing. I lost what little family I had left, but I found strength I never knew I had. I defended the truth. I stood up for someone who was almost destroyed by a lie. And most importantly, I finally chose me.